Hey, Janina Vela here. I have been a content creator for 10 years.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm a counselor and a life coach. I think our dynamics has evolved over the years. When she was younger, I was very hands-on and very protective. But since you've gotten older and wiser and more mature,
Wow.
yes,
Thank you.
and I saw gradually how you were able to take on more and more things, able to make decisions for yourselves. I think I've taken a step back, and our relationship now has become just a friendship, I guess.
But I think, it's such a blessing to have your own mom to be your manager. I feel like that's something that not a lot of people get to experience, because at home, my mom and I are best friends. And then in shoots, in events, wherever we go, like traveling for work,
Yeah.
we're also, it's just traveling with your best friend. So I feel like,
Aw.
yee.
I think with your age now, when before you would ask me for advice and wisdom, I think now it's me na rin going to you, right? Because I know I can trust the wisdom that you have now. I've seen how you've transformed, how you've matured, but you're actually a voice of wisdom to me today. Yeah, when I'm in a tight spot, you're top of my list. Of course, your dad, right? And then you're probably second, honestly.
Aw,
Yeah.
maybe it would be that I guess you found a space to honor my resilience. It was so nice for you to acknowledge everything that I've been through. And lahat
The
ng
good and the bad.
And yeah, the good and the bad, the things that I've done, the people who have left and come, and all of the bad experiences and good experiences. And for you to be able to see me from being a baby all the way to being a 26-year-old. Yeah, I guess to see that all from your perspective and to say, oh, my daughter's resilient.
Yeah.
And she bounces back. She's dealt with this and she's gotten up every single time. I think that for me is something that sticks out.
Your dad and I really wanted to build a culture of affirmation. In the family that I grew up, I knew my parents loved me, but they weren't verbally affirming. And I have nothing against them. They were dealt with the cards that they had, right? And I love them. So we were very deliberate and proactive to make sure that our children would hear those verbal affirmations on a daily basis.
And we did.
Yeah. So I'm glad that, the things that I said stuck. The culture in the family I grew up is so different from our culture now. In my teen years, I really didn't have a good relationship with my mom, with grandma.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were like cats and dogs. I don't remember having opened up to her about any of my problems at all. There was a wall between us, but thank God, we've been able to redeem the times and we've been able to make up for all the lost years. So when I had a daughter who was so strong-willed, right? Very emotional, I should say. Yeah. Very expressive. That little voice in my head, would always pop up and say, you won't have the friendship that you desire with your daughter because you're like this, she's like that, ganon. So every now and then that fear would go up. And your dad knew this. I would tell him, "Hi, why is Janina like that? We don't get along. We're always fighting." Your dad would always encourage me, "No, it's different. It's different. You're different from your mom, right? And you're trying to do things." That's why I did my best. I learned my lessons from my own experience, where my mom was very distant and not making any efforts. Again, Mom, I love you if you hear this. Things have changed so much already for both of us. So I wanted to be that mom who would always be present, not just physically, but more so emotionally. I want to be there in your happy times, and I want to be there in your low times, and even in the lowest points. So even if I didn't know what to say, I didn't know what to do, at least I knew that I was there. Yeah. It's not knowing everything, but it's just, are you crying?
Yes. I'm just, wag mo nang banggitin. I'm just so surrounded by you. I'm just so surrounded by your words. Like, I feel like, yun nga, like what my mom, the story that you told, it's like, when I started getting bashed, that was the first time I found out that I wasn't perfect. No, that, you know, that's so, hindi pala ako ganun kaganda. Hindi ko alam.
Ano yun, GGSS?
GGSS. No, but it wasn't even GGSS at the time. It was just like, oh, my mom said I was beautiful, so I am. Yeah. It's like, oh, my mom said I'm smart, so I am. My mom said I'm whatever, fearless, so I am. So it wasn't really a question for anything that I did. And it was like, okay, anak, that's what you wanna do? Sige, punta tayo sa palengke, bili tayo ng ganyan. Kayang-kaya. Parang it was always, kaya mo yan, kayang-kaya mo yan. And it wasn't just words, actually. It was words accompanied by presence, I think, is what made it so different. To recount, diba? Like, I had an online business, I went into musical theater, I did voice acting, I got into YouTube, I took a political science, what else? Now I'm doing social political videos. So whatever that may be, they were like, go anak, kaya mo yan. Like, I believe in you. Like, there's, like, you can do it. You can make it work. You can learn and then try harder and do better, and then you can do it. So yeah, it's fully shaped. Like, I really wouldn't be who I am today if my parents didn't believe in me and if they didn't communicate that belief as much as they did.
I think it's cultural.
Super.
In our nation, where the first compliment is always physical, right?
Compliment or comment?
Comment, yeah. Sometimes it's, oh, you look good, you're so payat, right? Or
uy, tumaba ka.
I know, so it's very superficial, actually. And I don't think we've ever, like, removed all...
We're trying, but it's imperfect pa din.
Yeah, it's still good to compliment, right? The physical. I guess because that's the first thing you see, right? When you see a person. But we've always talked about this, right? Yeah. Never stop at the physical, because that's the most superficial compliment you can give to a person, right? So we want to go beyond that and say, you're a very thoughtful person, right? Or you're so friendly to come to me and say hi. Yeah. Those kinds of compliments.
Yeah. So now thinking about that and thinking about my future daughter, right? Or thinking about a future niece or little cousins or anybody that might come near me or that I might have the honor of being near. I wonder then if I am now the fruit of words that were sown by my parents. What kind of seeds do I want to sow in the life of this little girl? Right? Is it only how cute her dress is, even if it's super cute, right? Even if her pigtails are adorable. Is that really what is going to carry her from who she is to who she's meant to be?
Yeah.
Right? Is it really just a compliment of how she looks? Or is it a compliment about who she is?
Yeah.
Right? What character traits that are beautiful that she embodies? I hope what we believe gets communicated in our language. In the way that we compliment and comment, and even the way that we celebrate and praise other women as well, not even young girls.
Yeah.
The culture that we have to prepare our kids kasi for the real world, because the real world is cruel. For some reason, we'll be cruel to our kids to prepare them.
Yeah.
But I wanted I want to be the people that they will run to when that disillusionment happens, right? I want my words to be the ones that they will listen to when they hear negative words from the outside. And not, it's like, well, you know, what I hear inside my home is the same from what I hear from the outside world, so it might as well be true. But I want them to hear the truth from my voice first.
And now hearing from you how those compliments here and there have had such a strong impact on your life. No? I wonder, you know, how beautiful this world will be, how stronger the next generation would be if we could, as parents, all change our compliments, right? We're gonna be raising up a really strong and powerful and empowered generation.
And dynamic and just all around beautiful people who will, just like you, just evolve, I guess. We don't have to stay as we were.
Right.
But we can really change our future. No, we can really, I guess, change the narrative.
Yeah. And there's a lot that we can change, but one thing that we can change, at least, that is very doable and realistic for us, is changing the way we compliment. I think, I'm not sure if I've said this before, maybe not. You're very tender-hearted. Have I? Yeah. Because it's a balance. You're so strong, very strong-willed, and a lot of strong people will have tough hearts. You know what I mean? They're hard heart. Because in their minds, that's what makes me strong. My heart is hard. It's like I've built a wall of protection around my heart. And without that wall, I wouldn't be as strong as I am. You get my point? Yeah. But you have the perfect balance of strength and tender-heartedness. And the tender heart, even if, okay, you're set on something, whether it's a project you want to do, whether it's a relationship or a person that you don't like, at the end of the day, that heart is still tender, that it listens. And at the end of the day, that tender heart will do the right thing, will end up doing the right thing. And, you know, being tender-hearted means that at the end of the day, in spite of the challenges, in spite of the pain, in spite of the hurdles, the obstacles you're facing, you end up doing what's right. And you end up doing what pleases God at the end of the day. So, you're very tender-hearted, and I'm so proud of you for that.
Thank you. I just wanted to say that I appreciate you and Dad, because you and him, I guess, got an entirely different... Now I'm gonna cry. You were dealt a completely different set of cards. And I guess you had every reason to become the same kind of parents. Again, not dishonoring. I love my grandparents. Yeah, it would have been valid. It would have been justified to not change the way that you parent, that, you know, to not want to change what kind of childhood I would have, to not want to change your parenting, the wording, to change the compliments that you would give me. But you did. Like, you went above and beyond to make sure that what you went through wouldn't be what I went through. And although I know you couldn't shield me from everything, that's for sure one thing that you protected me, my brothers from. And yeah, I just wanted to say that I appreciate you.